everybody, it's Karen from Be Creative. I'm so excited to be back with Shop and Show Live. We love Shop and Show Live. How many of you got a box? I know they went in like 1 or 2 days. They went so fast this time. It had to have been a record. Huge thanks to Eric and Bonnie and everybody at the Shop and Show team for putting this together. I'm excited to be back, and we do have a project in the project box. Now, if you didn't get a project, don't worry. The techniques I'm going to talk about and show you today will be applicable to all of your card making and scrapbooking, so it doesn't matter. You can still follow along and hopefully pick up some tips, and I'm going to show you some new product. Let's talk first about something exciting that I have never done before. I've usually done a project in the project box, but I haven't done any kind of add-on, anything extra. This time, I kind of planned ahead because I really fell in love with this stamp. If you got the project box, you know what I'm talking about. This is the kit, and we're using this adorable letter stamp, and we're going to talk about inking and blending techniques, but I have an add-on kit because I love the stamp. There is a die. Well, here's the 4 things you get in the add-on. Okay, I'm going to show you, and I will flash up some samples of what this all makes. So basically, the phrases that came in your kit that I stamped for you in 2 different colors, that is a stamp set. It has a ton of different phrases on there. Birthday and thank you and wonderful and just so many sentiments to really add something to your card making or your layouts. So that is included in the add-on kit. All important die. Yes, there's a die because these little envelopes, they can pop out like little windows and you can put little peekaboo things behind them and just make it super adorable. So metal, die, and then 2 other stamps that are the same type of design that go with the die. So you've got the letter, which is in your kit. If you do the add-on kit, you've got presents for all kinds of birthday, any type of gift giving. You could make this holiday. I'll throw up some samples so you can see the types of things that you can make with this. And then there's this cute neighborhood one. You could do a we've moved or we miss you because you've moved, all kinds of fun things. So that is the add-on kit, 4 different things. And I will tell you, I'm trying to hold this so you can see it. I will tell you the add-on kit, the retail value of all of these goodies is $65, but for Shop and Show, we're doing it at $29.99. That's over 50% off. Huge deal that we put together just for you guys. Okay, I got that out of the way. We're gonna go into all the techniques. We're gonna zoom down and show you a bunch of stuff. We're gonna flash up some samples, and then I'm gonna get into, I have new product. I have new product to talk about too. So yeah, let's get right into it. All right, we're ready to get started. If you got the project box, this is the kit that is in it. It has Be Creative in our website. If you didn't get the project box, as I mentioned in the beginning, you can get the add-on kit. I'll talk about that in a minute, but I want to get to the techniques because that's why we're here. So this is the project kit. In there, you're getting this really cute red rubber stamp set. A lot of detail. And you could do this just generic. I've got some samples here. We're going to do a little watercolor. We're blending some backgrounds. We're doing some variegated type ink techniques. A lot you can do with it. You could colorize it. I'm going to splice in some other samples too right now. Christmas, every day. There's just a lot you can do with it. Yeah. So, and we'll get to the whole die cut thing later. But you get the stamp. You get the card. A little 5x7 card in there, an envelope, and then I've done the sentiment in 2 different colors. Beyond that, introduce other papers you want to stamp on, like if it's craft or it's white. And so I've got some pre-cut that I rough cut these. I really rough cut these because I just want to play around with you. And I truly need a new trimmer blade. Anybody else? Anybody else? It's like I start to get like a decal distressy edge instead of a cut edge. It's a problem. It's a tragedy and it's a problem, and I need to do a better job. But I digress. So I've got these just to play on today. What else have I got? Ink-wise, I'm going to talk about contour ink a little bit. I'm going to be using some of these Hero Art shadow inks, and everything I'm showing you is going to be on our website too if you're in need of other inks. Beyond that, I mean, just talking about inks, if you are going to be doing alcohol markers versus watercolor, let me clear this off, and I want to talk about that for a second. if you're just going to be stamping and blending and all that good stuff, you can use water or dye-based inks like your Tim Holtz, Memento, these are Hero Arts, Finesse, that is alcohol proof, made with alcohol markers. That's always good to use. Of course we use black for everything, but in real life we don't have outlines around us. You know, our flowers don't have black outlines around us, but we always stamp in black and fill it in. So I really encourage you, and that's kind of what I did with these samples is really, I mean, you notice I didn't use black on any of them because I feel like we need to get out of our comfort zone with just the black, fill it in, and do something different. Using a rustic brown is always a nice choice. This is the caramel I used on this guy. Gives it more of a soft vintage look. And then there's stuff like Pebble, which is more of like a gray. More of a gray or a neutral tone. So your colors really pop if you're going to color in or paint in. So this would be like water or dye-based inks for use with blending or alcohol markers. If you're getting into watercolor, which I want to dabble in too, then you want to make sure your ink is solvent or alcohol-based. That goes with watercolor. So these right here say it's waterproof for use with watercolor. This is a brand I like. You can also use Stays On. That's another solvent ink pad. But again, you can use black, but you can get into like Flagstone or Pebble or something unusual for a softer look. And then lastly, I want to mention my favorite, my contour ink is really awesome because it is a no line, it's for no line coloring, and it's a hybrid ink, meaning that it can be used with water-based products or alcohol-based products either way, which is cool. And it's got a really neutral, weird grayish color. It actually comes with a re-inker. It's going to give you a really soft outline. And it is what I used on, let me grab it, on this guy. I used it for a really soft, subtle outline. So that's the contour ink. I know I'm hopping around, but let's get into doing some blended backgrounds. Let's do that. So I've got my card here. I'm going to tape it down. I used my pixie tape. Just so I gotta find the edge here. Oh my goodness, do you ever have this problem? I tell ya. I use the pixie tape because, first of all, it is a low tack, so it's not gonna rip my project. And also, and I just wanna do I have two cards here? I do. Of course I do. So I just want to barely tack it down, and I will trim off the excess later. So and you can see the edge. So if you were masking something, you can mask and see, it's like vellum, so you can see through, and then you could have, like, you could mask off your white space instead of doing card on top of card. It really saves on your paper. So I'm just going to do this just so I can get it down, and then I won't have to worry as much about holding it in place as I'm blending. Yeah, so I'm using my pixie tape because I will be trimming off the edges later and it won't matter. But when I'm blending, let's get into that. Let's see here. Looking at something like this where we have a graduated blend, I'm going to use green, I'm going to use blue, I'm going to use pink. And you can use a blending brush or a blending sponge, or, you know, if you were desperate, beauty blender. Yeah, but I don't recommend it. I do recommend having the right tools, but if you don't have it and you're just new and you're getting started, I mean, I get it. I do get it. I don't think that should preclude us from getting into the crafting. So something like this, when we do blending, let me start with that. Let me get a generic piece of cardstock, and I just want to talk about that. So when we do generic blending, what you don't want to do, let me get the right color of ink here. And by the way, if you have these little small ink pads, the little, like Tim Holtz or the little baby ones are kind of designed so you can tuck them in the back, which is really handy. It's really handy. So I'm going to get something like the green, and you're just going to kind of either spounce or rub to get ink on. What you don't want to do when you blend, you don't want to do circle and, oh, I'm going to blend it, because clearly that did not blend. That's a mess. What you have to do, burning in your tricep before it even hits the paper. It is the only exercise we do in crafting is blending. So you will feel that burn. If you feel the burn, you're doing it right. So before your hand hits the paper, you're doing the circular motion so that when you hit the paper, it's going to be soft and nice and hopefully evenly blended. That's a little bit better than something like that. So that's if you're doing it all over. If we're doing a graduated thing, you're going to kind of do upward strokes. So here I'm just going to come in and do this kind of thing. So I do have this taped down, but just for kicks, I'm going to come up. And if I get a little splotchiness, I'm really not that worried about it. I mean, honestly, it will fade into the background the more you do. So I'm just kind of working it up. And it's however much, you want to do. If you keep working an area, it's going to intensify the color, deepen the color. and eliminate some of those demarcation lines between colors if you do get a little blotchiness, if you aren't doing the circular blend, because here, you know, I'm switching colors. And then, you know, if I was going from, well, you know, yellow and blue make green, but let's say I did blue and then yellow, I layer it over, that's how we get green, because we all did the Sesame Street thing, right? We know about our color wheel and all that good stuff. So switching to something like blue, we're going to get the color on there, and we're going to work it up also as we switch. And just working it, working it, working it. Let me know where you're watching from. I always love to see where everybody, I know we're all from all over the place. Love to know where you're watching from. I am West Coast time. I am in Southern California. And it's lovely weather here. It hasn't been though. We've had some crazy, crazy rain. But now it feels like it's getting into a little more of the normal, which is like 72 is normal. Like that is our normal. We don't do well. If it's, you know, 60, we're in a sweater. We have issues. Yeah, it's really a problem. I'm pretty sure any of the coffee places, they do a lot more iced drinks than any other kind of drink all year long. And see, if I were to layer that pink on top of that blue, I'm going to get lavender. So if I come back below, do you see how that's happening? And I'm getting a lavender because I'm layering. And again, if you've got a little blotch, don't worry about it. I'm kind of doing that a little bit by design just so you can see what I'm talking about. So we've got some graduated color going on, and then I could leave the top white if I wanted to. I could do yellow or something like that. So I'm just gonna, I've got a whole bunch of colors going on like this. And let me switch to one last yellow right here. Da, da, da. Get my yellow down. And you can use, as I said, a blending brush as well. And see, if I layer that yellow on top of the pink, I'm going to get an orange. It's very Sesame Streety, right? So we can get a lot of different colors. So we've got a whole variegated thing going on, yes? And then we're going to stamp on top of it. And here, you know, you get to make a lot of choices about, and I will trim this obviously later before I would mount it on my card base to eliminate that, the little corners that I taped off, obviously. So I'm going to be, and I'll get a better trimmer, obviously, and trim it nicer. So I've got something like this. I happen to have a little tool. I've got my stamp there. I've got to line it up, knowing that I'm going to trim it later. So I'm going to go, I'm going to eyeball that kind of like right here, maybe this kind of a thing. Get it mounted on my stamp press like that, or acrylic block, either way. So now if I want more of this like light subtle color, I'm going to use that contour ink. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Here it is. I call it the crafter math, like afterward where everything's just chaos. I leave a lot of crafter math in my wake. That's how I craft. I'm not a neat crafter. I don't put things away as I go. Now when I cook, I do wash as I go. Like as I cook, I'll wash the dish and hand wash the pots and pans, and I'm a very neat cook. But as far as crafting, I'm not neat at all. I'm not. So I've got this little contour ink going, which is again a hybrid ink, works on everything, and I'm gonna get on top of this here. Oh, put a little body weight onto it, just so I know I get a clear impression. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Ooh, see how subtle that is? So I can make that darker. I probably need to re-ink a little bit, but you could do something like that. Now let's say I was like, yeah, that's not working for me. I wanted a little bit of a darker color. Let's say I wanted a navy blue. I'm gonna go on top with this navy blue, just for fun, just so you can see it a little better on camera. I think that will show up better. Yes, boop, boop, boop. I'm trying to clean as I go. I'm trying. And so then I'm going to go, since I've lined it up, it should not be an issue, like this. And we've got, oh, that's cute, right? So that's a very simple, subtle way to do it. Trim it up nice, pop it on top of your card, and then you've got, where's my goodie? Well, I have mine, I did a little more subtle on this guy too. Can you see the contour ink there? But this looks really nice, yeah. So that's one way to go. Another way to go, I want to show, well, on craft. If we were doing like a caramel brown on craft, we've got our sentiment. That kind of thing's real easy to do. We're simply inking and stamping, ink and stamp, easy peasy. Then we've got let's see here. This guy, I want to talk to you about what I did here. Now, I don't have my stamp cleaner here, so I'm just going to blot him good. Yeah, I used all the ink. Okay, so doing something like this, I did a couple different colors. Now, I know we're not supposed to mix our like inks because we're contaminating, and I get that. I do get that, but like I don't really like following the rules. I really don't. I'm just not good with that. So what I'm going to do here, let's think. I'm going to do brown. So I'm going to do brown. A little bit of brown. Boop, boop, boop. And again, these are water or dye-based inks. They're great for blending. They're great for basic stamping. They're great with alcohol markers. I'm going to get on top of that. Like that. Let's see what I got. Okay, I've got that. Now, I could come in just for kicks with this blue and just hit little parts. Do you see how I'm just touching little areas of it? Now, if I'm concerned that I've contaminated, I mean, by all means, after I stamp, I'll come in and I'll just blot and take it away, and then I'm not worried it hasn't contaminated it. So I'll just do that. And I've just spot colored a little bit of blue. I'm going to come on top of that. Hit that really good. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, so see how we get, I missed a little spot here. See how we get a little bit more of a variegated look? So I did that here with that caramel brown hero color and the blue, and you get that cool kind of a look. I like to do that with like layering colors. So I'm not even coloring, I'm just like layering inks to create that little variegated effect. I think that's quite fun too. Lastly, I have so much to cover, but I did want to talk about this kind of thing where we're adding a little bit of soft color. This I know is really faint. I could do that a whole lot more bold. I could use a black. Let's get this stamped out and we'll take a look at what we got. So I've got a piece of cardstock again. I'm going to trim it so I'm not worried. And I'm going to do some watercolor, so I need to use a water or dye-based no, I need to use a solvent or alcohol ink so I don't have an issue. And I want to do I have one open? I need one open. Oh my goodness gracious, it's not open. Let's open it. Okay, I know I have one open somewhere in the Craftermath, but I don't know where it is. That's okay. That's okay. I gotta get this open. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna do black just so you can really see what I'm doing. So I've got black here. Get black everywhere. Boop, boop, boop. Da, 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 da. Yes. Yes. And we're going to then stamp this really well. So got this all stamped with the black. All right. And now talking about watercolor and black, waterproof, I should say. So solvent, alcohol-based inks you stamp with when you're using water-based products, water-based markers, water-based paints, water-based pencils, all that good stuff. I've got a couple things to show you that I like to work with. So this is brand new, had it a week. It is a really nice deluxe 48 color watercolor palette, like professional type watercolors. And it's got the palette to do mixing alongside it. It's got the little paints that actually will pop out if you need to take them out or rearrange them or do anything. They're individual paint. You get so much in there and really highly pigmented. I think one of the big fallacies is that watercolor has to be really pastel-y and faint. No, use good pigment and it will be vibrant. It will look like acrylic. It will look like just really vibrant, almost like markers. So we've got that set is really cool, brand new. So if you are looking to do professional type watercolor, that is an amazing set. The other set that I really, really like that I've been playing with quite a bit is this shimmering. So if you want your watercolor to have sparkle and shimmer, there's two. There's Sunbeam or Moonbeam, and this will show up on black or dark papers. Crazy, right? So it's almost like, I call it like makeup for your paper. It looks like an eyeshadow palette, but it's very vibrant. I did this here. This is actually a project kit we're doing down the road, and you can see, I'm trying to do this so you can see with the light, but this is really shimmery. It's fun. It's fun. So it blends nicely. You can get the light space, and you can see on here how I've got the black and the white, and I added white. I should mention, I like using my Uniball Signo to add white space back in, and just adding a little touch of something if I need to correct to, let's say I stamped and I smudged something. Let's pretend that, this little, see how this little package twine is hanging out over the edge? Let's pretend that that's a boo-boo and I smeared when I stamped. I can take my Uniball white and just go tap, 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 tap. And it's like fake white out, do you see? So it's like, ooh, nobody has to know. Nobody has to know you blew it. Or if you've done something and again, you're adding white space back in, that's a fun thing to do too. Another watercolor option I really like, because I just feel it's so versatile and fun, is this, I'm gonna do this, is the Aqua Blend pencil set in Botanical. It looks like this. The colors look like that. Really amazing. I teach quite a bit with this set. It's just really fun. And that is actually what I used on this guy right here as I use that. Now, a couple ways you can go. Obviously, you can just color in. You know, you can do a light hand because you don't really want your stroke lines and you can color in. But then it's harder to smooth out. And clearly, this is not watercolor paper. I really should be on watercolor paper. But in such small areas where you're not getting it super wet, like doing a big sunset background, your paper is really not going to warp because you're not introducing a ton of water. So I don't really have to worry about it. Brushes, I need a brush. So this is a new brush set also. It is a 5-piece set. It has the really cool ergonomic grippers on it, which I like. I'm probably going to use maybe this guy here, pull him out. Really great set. And I've got a little touch of water right here. I like my water to be pretty. It makes me feel like I'm just, doing something fun. So I can either, get my brush wet, and I don't really dab my brush. I tend to touch it just so I know it's damp, not wet. And then I can kind of liquefy that. I could do that. That's very faint. I also like to pick up color directly off of the pencil. I feel like that technique gives me a lot more pigment. I can shade it. I can do high-low because, you start dark when you pick up pigment. See how I'm dark? And then as it exits the brush, it's going to go lighter, right? Or you get a little touch of water involved because water is your blending solution. Water takes it all lighter when you're watercoloring. So I'm coming in, I've got dark, and then I just kind of work it up, and as it fades off the brush, it goes lighter, or again, touch with water, and it's going to go lighter. If I want more vibrant colors, you can, so let's say I'm doing this guy red, okay? So I've got red, 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 really bold, yeah? Another way to get, here, I'm going to get him all red, okay? So if I want really bold red too, I can pick it up, and if I tap, let me get some more water. If I tap rather than brush, it tends to drop dollops of more pigmented color. Can you see that? So when I go tap, 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 look how much darker that is. So tapping is kind of my little trick to place a lot of color down. And then I can work that up as well. Do you see how I'm doing that? So then I'm going dark to light, high to low. If I want it a little more washed out, get some water involved, and it will fade out. Boom, that kind of thing. I did it really, really faint here, and then I'm blending brush in the edges to get a softer edge. You can either do it directly on your card, obviously in your kit, or you can do it on another card like this, trim it, pop it up. Now let's get to the die set because I think that's exciting too. Let me get this out of the way. So the add-on set I mentioned at the beginning. Another thing I should mention too, I'm skipping all over the place. I do really like the alcohol marker cardstock for everything. That is what I stamp on. It's so smooth, it takes the ink well. The ink just kind of sets. It's really great. I love this for everything. I use it for everything. Now, the add-on set. I gotta find it. Okay, so what are you getting in there? So the stamp, obviously, that you got with your kit was the letters. Very cute. And you can do it Christmas. You can do it every day. You can do Valentine's Day. You can, whatever coloration you want to do. The add-on set, or for those of you who didn't get a box, you can get this, is you've got the neighborhood flower shop, and you've got presents. And you've got, oh, I'm losing my mind. Where to go? Where to go? Here it is. No, that's not it. Here it is. It's like under the crafter map. Like I said, I've got the die set and I've got the sentiments. And the sentiments include, a little bit of everything. It's upside down. I can't read it. Here we go. I'm going to get it so you can see it. I've got, birthday, celebrate. There's like, it's almost like that one Scrabbly word game, the magnets on your fridge that you could put together. There's so much you could do with this to put it together and have it for every occasion, thinking special, sorry, friend, wishes, greeting, you know, you name it, there's a ton on there. And then the die. The die is amazing. So as I said earlier, this whole thing, the value of this is $65. We're doing it $29.99. It's limited, but we have a good amount. So jump on that if you want to do it. I want to show you what the die does though. And the die works with all of these stamps plus the letter stamp that you just got. So the die, it does the peekaboo windows. So like I did one here earlier. Actually, no, where did it go? Here it is. I did one earlier. It does a little peekaboo. So you can put little, you know, you can write a heart in there. You could do whatever, or just do another color, like blend a whole background. So it's peekabooing another color out, but these all open. So it's kind of like it die cuts and it scores. So you have that to open. Now, the one thing I want to caution you about though, is when you cut it, that's what I almost grabbed. You've got to make sure you cut it all the way through. This is what you don't want to do. See how it didn't cut all the way through and then I tried to pop it and it's starting to rip? That's a no-go. That's a no-go. And then you try and feed it back through and you get a double image. That's a no-go. So let's talk about the die cutting of this, because it is something to discuss. Those of us who maybe haven't been die cutting a whole lot. Now this can go in any machine, but you just need to make sure you're doing the right layering. I tend to put an extra paper with it, so I'll get a couple images that I die cut. That's always fun too. But even if you didn't have the stamp, you could do something fun with this, and it will pop it out and score it so you can just then do this kind of a thing. Now, I'm using a Gemini. I do want to mention, for those of you, Gemini Junior, they've had a bunch of, and you can tell mine are so well loved. Look at this. I've just used them to death. Yes, they bow. It's okay. If you don't like the bowing of the plates, you can take the double-sided die cutting plate. It's like a carbon fiber. It's a 2-pack, and tape it to the clear plate, and it will preserve the life of the bowing. Like, you won't bow as much. It kind of preserves your plate and just change out your sandwich a little. That's a little helpful tip I've heard about, which is really kind of phenomenal. So you can tape that on top, just duct tape, packing tape, not duct tape, packing tape, that kind of a thing. But there has been a change with the Gemini plates. They're no longer clear. They're now, it all says Gemini 2 on it, but it works in the Junior or the 2 or the regular, and they're white and they say 2. So the white is a little more resilient, less bowing than the clear used to be. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that the plates have changed a little. So in terms of doing my sandwich on this, I've got my really well-loved plates. Here I'm just going to do a crazy sandwich. I've got this, Let's see here. I'm going to grab this guy maybe. Yeah, I'll grab this guy I just did, just for fun. So I'm going to, what I should do is tape them on, but I just want to make sure we don't run out of time. So I'm going to eyeball this and figure out how I'm going to do it. I've got my little sandwich going on. Let's see here. Boo, 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 boo. I should tape him. I'm not, but I should pixie tape him, so I'm sure. But we're winging it. We're winging it. Don't tell anybody. So I'm going to pop him through. There we go. Wait just a second. A lot of internal pressure. I'm not a big hand cranker, so I love my electronic machine. Boom, done. Let's see what it turned out. Yep, it cut through. And then you would just pop your little windows open. You can see that, kind of fun. And then you just, you have your little doors that pop open and you can do all kinds of stuff with it. Well, that went really fast. I had a good time. Did you have a good time? I hope so. I appreciate you being here so much. The add-on kit, and again, if you didn't get the project in the project box, you could still do the add-on and do everything we talked about with these 2 amazing stamps, the neighborhood and the presents. We've got the die, we've got the sentiments. So that is limited in quantity too. So you want to jump on our website, shopbecreative.com, be with 2 E's, and grab that. We've got all the fun new things, new arrivals I talked about as well. We do free shipping over $59, and everything under $59 is a flat $7.99 to keep it super easy for you. But we've got so much stuff on there. I don't think you're going to have a problem hitting free shipping. And what else? We're excited that our next segment coming up in a couple segments from now with Totally Tiffany is going to be phenomenal. She's going to talk a lot about all kinds of storage and organization, some of which applies to what we just did. So I will be back with that, with some even more deals. We do have the special Shop and Show Live category on our website, so to make the shopping really easy for you. You can obviously shop all over the website, but we've tried all the things I was showcasing today. I've made it in one category to make your shopping experience super easy and quick. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop me a comment. You can always message me directly. I'm on Facebook, in the Shop and Show group, or on our Facebook page, shopbecreative.com. And thank you, as always, to Eric and Bonnie and everybody at Shop and Show Live. And we will be back with you a little later with Tiffany, and we'll also be back with you this November. I can't wait for the next project box. So thank you for joining me, and we'll see you real soon.
Hi everyone, my name is Elise. I'm here with Paper Wizard. I've worked here for about 3.5 years and have a 1-year-old actually, and so now I work from home and do some of the stuff with the lasers, and excited to show you the Sweet Liberty make and take today. So,
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Texas. And actually, I do know that there's some people, I don't know if they're here with us on Shop and Show. So you'll see this is covered up. We do have a companion page, which we're going to be showing you at the end. And you'll also notice in your packet, it's a 12 by 12 packet. You can totally make it a 12 by 12 if you want. We have ours cut down to a 10 by 10. But yeah, do what makes you happy, right? So we're going to go ahead and take out that big packet. That's going to have this, it's basically going to look like this. So I don't know, Eric, do you want to zoom in maybe? So you'll see I've already glued our letters just for time's sake. So don't worry about that. You'll have plenty of time, but it's already layered exactly how you're going to do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and start flipping this over. You have your white one on top. Just one real quick. I feel like I remember in elementary school, everybody said a dot is a lot, so you really don't need that much glue, which is awesome.
I like that. A dot is
a lot. Dot is a lot. Takes me back to 3rd grade. So, oh, look here. Right here we have our blue, we have stars, and then you have this red piece. It's gonna go underneath it. You wanna put glue on the back side of the blue, because that way you don't have glue boogers in your stars. And then I already glued that part. If you'll notice, we have arrows here. So we're going to just do this.
That's an Eric Smith half arrow.
Yes. And it just shows you that it's going to go up. That's the top of the title. All right.
You know what they might be curious on, at least.
Let's know. Yes, go for it.
Often people say, why does your arrow only have that side to it, not the other?
Yeah.
It's actually laser time. So once you know what that is, we try to eliminate laser time, because this basically draws on the pieces, not cut, which is extra time. We do it so you put it together correctly, but if we can do that and do it quicker,
a little less time.
We do.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. So
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
no, it's okay. Oh, let's look at this piece right here. It's cut off. That is not a mistake. That is another Eric Smith there for you.
Yeah, you
personality.
are fine.
That is going to get covered up by some ice creams too. So as long as your arrow is pointing up, you should be totally fine.
I did that on purpose, but I don't remember why.
I don't either.
You've done a lot.
It's been a minute.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I put glue on that. I'm going to leave that there. First, we got to do our scallops. These also have arrows. It's really quick.
Now, one of the reasons I always tell people to put the glue on the back of the piece that you're gluing down is because we often have cut throughs, although this particular title does not, other than the stars. But if we have cut throughs and you put the glue down in the wrong space, you're going to see glue boogers through the little cut throughs, and you don't want that.
You don't, yeah.
No.
And on this white piece, we want to make sure that our ice cream cone is on our left side and our bomb pop is on our right. And if you notice too,
Actually,
is it our left?
Reverse that. It's because it's upside down.
Yes, no, I tried to. Yes.
This is right.
Oh my goodness.
And this
Tricked
is
you.
left.
You know, I taught dance for so long and mirrored the kids
Yeah.
for so long that I don't even know what left and right are anymore. And if you'll notice on the edge here on your white piece, it's going to look a little burnt. That's because it's the back. So if you're looking and seeing burnt, then glue on that side.
Well, we are using laser beams to cut paper.
Yes, yeah.
That makes sense.
So, and that's why your hands can get a little dirty too, because you'll have soot. And then this will line up right here in the corner.
By the way,
Yes.
if they want to pop dot that,
Yes, that would be so cute.
yeah, wherever you have your red layer here, I would put some like half height
Pop dot
Pop
to your
dots.
heart's desire.
on that. Be very cool.
Yes. Beautiful. Okay. And then your letters, like I said, I did go ahead and, for time's sake, go ahead and glue everything kind of together. I went ahead and glued our red onto the white here, and there's glue on the back of it. These letters are to the up left.
Up and to the left.
Yes. So
It's a very Eric thing right now.
thought I would show you. So if that's the center, you can do center if you want, whatever floats your boat. But up and left is how it is designed. So, yes. Okay.
I really like those letters.
Yeah, I like the stars. I think they're fun. So, okay. So this is everything that's in the one packet. Your other packet, I've already kind of taken mine apart a little bit. Everything that is on top of the doily, here's was mine. I kind of took it apart already. Pick the doily up, put everything to the side. You're not going to need it for the title. So actually, I forgot to talk about this. This is my fun, it almost looks like a production sheet. So production sheets are how we layer things out in assembly, which is really fun. But this will help you put everything together. You can kind of see here, this is what we just did. And then we're going to move on to the ice creams. I believe Colin is going to have this posted in the comments. So I know I'm going fast. If you're a visual learner instead of a, written instruction learner.
Auditory.
Yes, yeah. Go ahead and, pull this up. It even is helping me right now. So awesome.
Yeah, I love these. I love it when you used to make these for me.
Oh,
And just so you know, these are from the back to the front.
yes.
Okay, all these pieces are layered. So from the left back to the right front, just like that.
Well, and then show them what you're making.
Right there.
Boom. There we go.
I unclipped my mic just for you guys. Okay, awesome. So we're going to start with our ice cream cone. Start with our big brown backer. We've got our waffle lines. I glue on the back of them because you are going to see those boogers. You can just go and clean them up.
That's a tricky piece.
We could also use like a zig glue pen or a fine tipped glue pen.
Yes,
Yeah, put it on the white, it'll be easier for them to see.
that will be easier. Okay, so if you have your handy dandy paper wizard tweezers, if you were, that was
the
last
last
Shop and
time.
Show box, yeah. So you just want to find those tabs and just barely pop it up. So, because it is a
Very gentle, yeah.
fragile piece. So, and then it just lines up on the side right
I love
there.
the way it makes it look textured.
Yes. Okay, here's our red piece. That's right side up. So we're going to flip it over, glue on the back.
Already cuter.
Okay, and then our white pieces in a card here. Go ahead and glue those. Again, my tweezers coming in handy.
These pieces can be a little tricky, by the way, so pay attention to how Elise does this because they're all kind of on interesting angles. They do match up on the back red, though.
Yes, yeah, and the blues do as well. All right, our dark blue card.
Can you, that one's harder for them to see, so can you like lift that up and show them
Yes.
the little piece?
So
There we
it's this
go.
piece right here.
Got it.
And I always have that face. So if you're looking at it in front of you, it's going to go on just like that.
That looks like a swoosh.
Kind of.
Alrighty, and then we have our light blue piece.
See, Elise is good. She puts it in front of my camera.
He holds it up in the air and then I have to raise the camera.
So fun.
I start watching, but I'm not watching to the camera, so it's like, okay, I missed that one.
You know, I do that too all the time.
We're
Clean up
professional
these.
here at Paper Wizard.
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
Hey, I
definitely.
got a fancy mic and everything. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add this onto our title. This would be really cute with pop dots.
You almost have to
Absolutely.
pop dot that.
Yeah.
You almost have to, I'm just
So.
saying.
Yeah, it's an Eric special.
It's cute without
be
pop dots,
pop-dotted.
but pop dots would just
Really
make
set
it
it
pop.
off.
Yes, yeah.
It'll make it pop.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
All right, we're gonna move on to our I guess it's like candy stripe
Like
one.
a swirl pop. It's not really a swirl
I think of those
pop.
candies that like the candy shop. That's
Yeah.
what they look like to me. So went ahead and took that brown piece out. We're gonna bring our white card back.
If they're wondering what is right side up. This one has texture on the
Yes.
side you're going to glue on top of. So if you can see that.
Plus, again, if you check the orientation, you can see which way it goes.
Yes, it's
Yes.
a good time. Alrighty, so refer to this or your instruction sheet for colors because it is interesting. At first when I was putting this together, testing it out. Yeah, I was trying to figure out where everything
It's not
went.
really a pattern.
So,
It's red, dark blue, red, light blue, dark blue, red.
yes, so go ahead and I'm going to glue all of my red ones.
So you've practiced, Elise.
I did.
Thank
What a
heavens.
concept.
Okay, then my dark blue ones. Now, if you're holding your card like the right way, it was facing towards me. So if you're putting your stuff together like this, that one is going to go right on like that, so you don't have to turn it around 360. I did that except like 360 like 500 times.
And if you're worried about it, what you can do is, lay it down before you put the glue on it, although it's much easier to glue in the card.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's another reason why we like the repositionable glue too, just in case. Look at that, easy breezy.
Yep. And that one's all done. Bomb pop goes on first. So put
Actually,
it to
no,
the side.
it goes on before the bomb pop.
Does it?
Yes.
How funny.
And
Again,
again,
I
pop
had it the
dots
other
are
way.
bigger.
So for
Yep.
you kids at home, the ice creams, what would you call it, swirl?
I call it a swirl.
We just did.
It's a swirly.
I think it has a full pop dot on it. And then the rocket pop to the left probably has a pop dot and
Did
a
you
half.
double pop?
I double popped.
You double pop. He double popped.
Hey, I can do that.
You're a
double
professional?
popper.
I'm cleared to double pop by
Says who?
by the government.
Government of whom?
So funny.
I didn't agree to that.
All right,
you-
let's get. Okay, we're moving on.
I am the government.
That paper
and
wizard Bonnie's the government.
So funny. All right, so we have our back brown layer. I'm gonna keep this in the card because it's gonna have some extra. So we should have a little pink piece. I'm gonna glue that one on here.
So you're gluing that to the back of the red.
Yes, and I put my glue on the red so I have less boogers.
Almost looks like lipstick.
I was really confused whenever I saw this little pink piece at first, and then I realized what it was for, and I was like, how creative.
All that is to give you the reflection one.
Yeah,
Yes,
just that
yeah.
highlight.
I was just like, 4th of July, pink,
very
where does this even go?
It's very Eric.
So fun. All right, same thing with all of the white and blue pieces. You're gonna have a silver, I'm gonna turn that upside.
That little luster piece, yeah.
So if you're asking why with Paper Wizard, the answer is because we can.
And the answer is because my husband, the artist, said so.
We just make
Well,
some-
yeah, and on the program that you use, you can zoom in. So the pieces look
Yes.
really big on
When
your,
he's working on them.
yes, and then it comes out and you're like, that is like half an inch long. So,
Yeah, Elise alluded to this earlier, but she actually is my right-hand gal in setting up all the files after I draw them so we can produce, which is great.
One of her the many hats that
Yes.
she wears. For
And I've been
papers.
waiting for years to find somebody who actually could do it.
And she's
she
the
can do it
one.
really, really well.
Okay, so this is the one you do really need to pop dot. By the time
Yes.
you get this on,
You have to.
you kind of have to, but you
just
can't
gotta.
if you don't want to pop dot. I
See,
use a
it-
little
it
dab
works.
of wet glue.
you
Yeah.
can put it on, but it will probably pop off whenever
well, if it's
you're,
in a sheet protector, we should be okay.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So basically, we have stock and top dots is what we're getting.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
we should. We don't. They're not publicly traded, but we should.
Much as
Yeah,
we can.
so funny. All right, so,
So the title.
oh,
Woohoo!
not our title, our little peppermint candy.
Oh, I forgot about the peppermint.
I
candy.
forgot about it too. I was like, what are all these
Silly.
pieces
Now,
laying
these
around?
pieces are brittle. I will warn you.
Please
Yeah.
keep them in the card. You'll cry if you don't because it will
shucks.
break in 500 directions.
And if
even
you
though
do
there's
break
6.
it, let us know. We'll do what we can,
On the blue one, because they're so tiny, we gave you 2.
just in case.
So
on the off chance you struggle with it.
yeah, and
You
with
know, like
these,
me.
what I do is I come and find the tab and I pop it up and then I just run my tweezers under all the pieces.
Look at that.
You do that nice.
Thank
Very
you.
nicely, gentle and nice. I get impatient.
And this one you have to offset a little bit, right? So that
Yeah,
actually
it's
goes on.
offset.
That goes on top of the
It
red.
does,
And
yes.
a
On the
little
side.
bit to the.
Look
to
at
the,
that.
yeah.
Make it your own.
Lisa's really good.
No, that's why I have her teach. She's better than I am by far.
3 years.
I know.
And online's on top of that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you're good, but you're fast.
oh, yes. Yeah.
I think
That's
I-
what
I
3
think I-
years will do for
I
you.
think
Yeah.
I think I can put them together pretty well myself, but I'm slow. So,
Yeah. No, that's awesome. All right.
All right, cool.
Here's our finished title. Go ahead and set that to the side. Everything that was on top of this piece in that other packet that you set aside, that is going to be your little cake pop. And then everything else underneath it is your ice cream popsicle. Okay, cool. All right. Yes. Like this one I got confused because I don't ever know which side the rounded the rounded one goes on. The first time I did it, I put it on the top and yeah, so it goes down.
See, I would have done that too, by the way, because I didn't draw it. So I'm with you on that.
You know what the nice thing is though, is that if you do glue it on wrong, these are gonna cover it up, that
True.
etching.
Yeah.
So it
True.
just shows you, again, do what makes you happy, right? I'm gonna do our red
If
piece.
you're happy with it and it looks good in your book, we're happy with it. And then
We'll do our blue piece.
I swear these are so cute. I love all these little ice creams.
Yeah, well, and you can even split them up if you like want to extend your
Yeah.
layout extra.
She
So,
is, man.
all right, got our white piece, and then I'm going to show you a trick where your tweezers will come in handy if you have them. Do we still have tweezers on the website?
No, we don't, but we are getting more.
Okay, so getting more tweezers.
But a lot of people have paper.
I use my tweezers so much that like everything rubs off.
off.
Yes, so fun. So these little sprinkles may not be popped out. Just do yourself a favor and pop them out before you put any glue on it.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, we'll make our laser guys do push-ups.
In the laser room?
Yeah.
Where it's dirty?
Because when there's glue on the back and you pop them out, then they just get stuck and it's a whole thing. Alrighty.
Look at Elise. Oh, to be young and smart, huh?
So
Boom.
all done
Awesome.
with that one.
That one.
And we
see,
have-
there it is right there.
Yes, yeah.
Boom. All right, and then you have like the little cake pop
Yes. Okay.
On the
So
doily.
on the doily.
I like to say that word.
Well, that's the doily from Doodlebug.
say that 10 times fast.
Doily from Doodlebug. Doily from Doodlebug. Doily from Doodlebug.
While you're
Can't do
doing
it
that,
fast.
let's acknowledge our friends at
Photoplay.
Photoplay for these cool mats.
I love these placemats.
Look at that. Custom prints by our friends at Photoplay. Sorry.
Okay.
So fun.
Commercial break.
So funny.
We
All
don't, have
right.
any, we don't have any sponsors, but if we did it,
It would be
Photoplay.
Pop Dots
And
and
Photoplay.
Photoplay,
Photoplay.
Echo Park, and Doodlebug. Yeah.
Hey, good stuff. All right, so since this is our back piece, I went ahead and popped it out just because I don't want to be gluing on the back and then putting it on the front. It's just a lot of extra that I don't want to do, so I'm not. So, all right, we're gonna start with our blue piece. There's a little arrow down here,
Boom.
and then that just means it's going up, and it will get covered up, so don't worry about it. And we've got our red piece. The stars will line up, but there's another arrow again.
So for those of you that are new, if the arrow's pointing up, even if it's at the bottom, that's
that shows your direction is up.
Yep. Go up.
Should face away from you.
Yes.
Look how cute that is.
Boom.
Turned out so
fun.
cute.
Okay.
I know,
Now we
in
need the
Texas
bow.
you can do the
Not
bow.
quite. I always forget the bow or this, and I skip to the bow. So
Oh.
this covers up the little arrow.
Which is why you need it.
Yes.
Also, it adds a little something, something.
You never knew that it was an arrow under.
Elise actually makes me look smart, which is almost impossible. I'm just saying.
dear.
I'm just
Oh
saying.
dear.
She does a really good
We're
job.
almost
though.
done here, right?
What? You invited me. You get what you get, baby. Lucky you.
You can't always get what you want. If you
Alrighty.
try sometimes, just might find. Anyway, I'll stop. I really like the way you did that bow, though,
She's
honey.
fast.
No, honey, you're slow.
I know.
And by the way, I'm slow too, to be very honest.
By the way, this is a little tricky. We gotta.
Yes.
Shh, shh.
Shh.
Focus.
Oh, focus, focus.
I'm so focused. My child has decided that Happy's screaming in the back. Oh, we gave you 2 of these. I
Yes.
put glue on them just to demonstrate how glue can go on, I guess.
2 for you.
But you get 2, just in
Boom.
case, because
Yep,
they're little. And
they
might
are
go-
tiny.
Okay.
And
There's
that's
your cake
awesome.
pop.
Boom.
Ta-da.
And we're actually done. You got them all done?
Yeah, that's everything.
well,
so
and you can choose your photo mat size with the paper we gave you.
yes, yeah, and please, if you have issues, go look in the comments at the teaching aid. That's really helpful. Take time with your letters. Like, I pre-did them. That's why I went so fast. So, all right, should we go ahead and?
Show that really quick.
Yes.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
That.
All right, so these are live now, aren't they?
These are live now.
Yes.
So this is your companion
So
page.
cute. Oh my
Here's
goodness.
your make-a-take side on the left and your companion page on the right. And where can they acquire that companion page?
Paperwizard.net, baby.
Paperwiz.net.
It's good stuff.
Cool.
So,
Great job, Louise.
Hi everyone, it's Karen from Be Creative. I am back with a segment with my friend Tiffany from Totally Tiffany. We are so thrilled that she always participates in Shop and Show Live, and she is going to share this time some tips and tricks relating to fab files and pocket storage and all that good stuff, because I feel like getting organized is half the battle on your road to creativity. And then I'll be back at the end of her segment with a special for you, so you can stock up on some of those goodies she's talking about. So take it away, Tiffany.
Hello, my crafty friends. I am so excited to be part of Shop and Show with Karen and Be Creative. Woo, woo. I love this show. I love this format. And thanks so much for letting me spend a little bit of time talking to you about our fab files, our fabulous fab files. So what are fab files? Fab files are basic storage and organization in all the sizes and shapes that you need to get your craft supplies organized. They come in 4x6, 5x7, 8x8, 6x6, and even slimline. Oh, and don't forget 12x12 as well, right? So I'm just going to take you on a quick little tour of a few of the sizes and what you can use in them. And all of them are available right now with Karen at Be Creative. So we're going to start with 4x6. Now, 4x6 come in 2 different configurations. You get the box in both configurations, and then one comes with pockets and the other one comes with file folders. So I'll show you that in a minute. I'm going to slip on over here to my overhead because I think you get a better view. But you can see all the different pockets that I have in here and the different things. I'm just going to pull this stack out that I have used them to organize. So these are things like pockets, self-adhesive pockets, right? We have all these different sizes. You can see I've labeled the size. So if I'm using this, whether it's an envelope and I'm using it for a small card, or I'm using it to put something in a scrapbook with that self-adhesive, it makes it really easy to do that. Now I've got in here photos, right? If I'm organizing a layout, I've got some of the cards from things like, Project Lifestyle cards. Both the 4x6 and the 3x4 fit in there. And then organizing photos, there's a better example there of those cards, right? Cards that you've made that you want to keep safe. Again, getting organized for scrapbooking. I've organized the photos here for this particular project. So just a simple way, there's that 4x6 card in there. Ephemera, which is a little bit tough to store. Look how simple and easy it is to get all of those little things organized right here in your 4x6 fab file. Store them away. Now, all the fab files have this nice locking tab, which means if you tip them upside down, nothing's coming out, right? So they're very durable, really easy to work with that way as well. So 4x6. Then the 4x6 comes also with file folders on the inside. So if you want to group things into files, maybe you're going to do it with photos, you've got that option. So you have the tab divider pockets, or you have the folders, and the folders have this little insert pocket on the front where you can label whatever's in there. So especially if you are doing photo layouts or storing photos that way, it's a little place to write down, do your journaling notes, date, time, place, people, all those things, slip it into the pocket in the front. You know, once you've used it, you can pull it out and put another note sheet in there. It's very simple, easy to use, and then right there into that storage box. So it's great. These are just card blanks and envelopes that are all fit in there. This one is actually, like, I put the little picture of my son on the front, summer 2014, but all the photos in here then are labeled and ready to go. So when I'm going to actually scrap this, I've already got them sorted and ready to go. I can grab this one box. It has everything from that event, the summer of 2014. So when I'm ready to scrap, everything's ready to go. It's been sorted, it's organized, it's simple, and I can grab it with one hand, pull it off the shelf, and use it. So that's the 4x6. Then we've got the 5x7. Now the 5x7, as I was saying, they come in different configurations. There is a 5x7 configuration called the Die and Stamp Power Pack, and that is going to include the box. It's going to include pockets, and it's going to include magnets. So this is a great way, probably the thing people like best about this whole product. You've got your magnet in there with the dies. I've cut off the piece of packaging so I know, look at that die. It's kind of funky. If you didn't have the picture in there of what it was, it might be tough to remember. I've got the stamps that go along with it and more instructions, and I've tucked them all in to one pocket. So when I'm ready to use this die and the stamps, I know how to use it. I know what things go together, all this stuff, right? So your Die and Stamp Power Pack is going to give you the box, the pockets, and the magnet so that you can get your dies and stamps organized together. So that is the 5x7 Die and Stamp Power Pack. Now, the 5x7 box also comes similarly to the 4x6. You can get it with the file folders as well, right? So if you want to organize your mementos from a trip or your photos from a trip and get it ready to scrap, the file folders work perfect for that. It's going, oh, here's one, right? So this is all, so when I was saying mementos, right? So I've got these little journals that my kids kept when we were traveling and everything. So everything's in here together. So when I'm ready to create that album or albums, family albums, I have everything ready to go. So the 5x7 is going to come with pockets. It's going to come with file folders, or it's going to come with pockets, file folders, and magnets. So Karen will explain all of that to you, but there are a bunch of different configurations for Fab Files that you're going to love. Other uses for the Fab File, it's a great way to store project kits or small tools that have extra pieces. So in here, I've got my Gemini Mini. I've got the plates that go with it, and I've got the instruction book and everything I need. So if I'm going to use this tool, all the pieces that I need to go with it are already packed into the box. So when you're thinking of Fab Files, don't only think about flat things like cards and card making and scrapbooking supplies or photos. Think about how you're going to keep things together, you use together, and tools are a great use for that. In the 6x6 version, the 6x6 comes with the tab divider pocket, so it's going to be great for 6x6 paper, of course, paper pads, all those things. I know you're thinking, how many paper pads will that hold? And it just depends on how thick the paper pads are, right? Different manufacturers do different thicknesses of paper pads, but you've got a little over 2 inches here, a little over 3 inches, 3.5 inches of space in here to fill. So again, depending on how thick the paper pads are just 1/4 of an inch thick, you're going to get 12 in there. If they're 1/2 inch thick, you're going to get 6, 7 in there. So it just depends on that for paper storage. But again, a great way to store. So this is resin, everything I need to do resin pour, right? That is a messy, lots of little pieces. I've got stir sticks. So I got stir sticks. I've got the little pour cups. I've got the resin. I've got the accessories. When I'm going to work with that, I can just pull this off the shelf. This is really great, especially if you're doing starter kits, which is what this is. So before I invested in lots of resin pour, I want to test it out. I got the starter kit. Everything I need is in one place. Even the table covers in there. So it's a great way. The Fab Files are a great way to store those things as well. Also does come in the 8x8. It's going to be available in the 8x8 with the tab divider pockets as well. So again, 8x8 albums, 8x8 paper, all of those things are going to fit in there. And the actual albums fit most of them. I guess there might be some that don't. But in general, you're going to be able to put your albums, your refill pages, all of that into the 8x8 storage box also. And then, of course, it does come in the 12x12, right? So this one is all Christmas, and I use some of my Christmas stickers to decorate around the edge there. They all have the handle, so they're easy to carry. The 12x12 is going to come with the 12x12 tab divider pockets as well. This also works really great for storing rolls of vinyl. So I think you're going to get 6 rolls of vinyl, 7 rolls of vinyl in one of these. So if you're looking for vinyl storage, it's also a great option for your vinyl storage. Just a great overall way to store things. Last but not least, probably our newest fab file size. This is the slimline storage. And this is a great place to store all of your slimline card making supplies. So whether it's dies and stamps, so again, you've got the pockets that come with it. You can buy extra pockets. You're going to get 5 pockets, but you can get somewhere between 15 and 30 pockets in each of the boxes. Again, depending on how much you have in them. So in this pocket, I've got 2 sets of stamps. I've got 6 stencils. I've got a magnet and I've got dies. This pocket's pretty full, but you may have just 1 set of stamps in there or 1 stencil in there, and that's going to be thinner, and that's going to be how you determine, right, how many you can fit in there. So your 6x6 or your slimline stencils. So I've got a variety of stencils in here. I just folded a piece of paper and created this little pocket for each of them, and that makes it easy to slide them in and out because, stencils kind of get hung up on each other. So I labeled them with sticky notes and then filled the pocket. I think I've got 4 in here. Yep, 4 different stencils in one pocket. So great way to organize that. It's also going to work with your slimline envelopes, slimline paper pads, pre-cut slimline things. So if you've already cut something, right? So I cut this heart slimline template, didn't end up using it, and I was able to just put that right in here with the die, so that now the next time I'm looking for hearts, if I've already cut that, I'll remember that I have it right there and I can use it, hopefully. So it's going to be great for all of those things. And it also is awesome for storing your Cricut cartridges, booklets, and overlays. So in this pocket, I have the cartridge, the booklet, and the overlay. Everything's in one nice, neat, tidy little bundle. So if you're looking for a way to keep those Cricut cartridges, booklets, and overlays, I've actually got a couple of them in here, 3. This is a great storage system for that. So rather than having all those boxes on your shelf, you could combine down to get 6 of those boxes into one of these. So 6 pockets with the templates, booklets, and overlays would fit in here and hold all of that of your Cricut cartridges. So if you're looking for a way to consolidate those so they're taking up less room or space in your craft room, or you just want to be able to travel with more of them, this is a great way to do it. You can get 6 booklets, cartridges, overlays in one box. So slimline storage comes with the pockets and the magnet, or not, comes with pockets, but you buy additional pockets and you can buy the slimline magnets as well to hold your slimline dies. So fab files, 4x6, 5x7. This is the family. 6x6, 8x8, 12x12, 12x12, and slimline, all part of this basic storage and organization system to help you get your scrapbooking, card making supplies organized. Thanks so much for letting me pop in today and join you at Shop and Show. I hope you're having a great day. Well, of course you're having a great day. You're doing Shop and Show. All right, everybody, take care. I hope to see you on Tuesday for the Totally Tiffany Tuesday Live, which happens every Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock on Facebook and YouTube. That's at 9 o'clock Pacific. Take care, everybody. I'll see you.
So much great information Tiffany just shared. Thank you so much for being here again in Shop and Show Live. Totally Tiffany, we are thrilled you're always here. And I talked about a special at the beginning, so that special is going to be 20% off everything in the Totally Tiffany category on our website, shopbecreative.com. That's shopbecreative, B with 2 E's, and use the coupon code Tiffany when you check out, and it will take 20% off all of Totally Tiffany storage items from her special category, because we love to sell everything Totally Tiffany and you can stock up. So thanks for being here, and we will catch up with you again.
Hi everyone, this is Eric with Paper Wizard, and today I am your instructor, lucky you, for the road trip make and take. This is one of, I think, 6 make and takes we're doing today for Paper Wizard. So anyway, this is what we're going to end up with. These are the finished pieces.
I'm going to come in close on those.
I have my able and professional camera person, Bonnie Lynn Smith, taking care of this today.
I'm doing my best.
Okay, and then obviously this is the packet that you're pulling your pieces out of.
You got your fingers covering
Sorry,
the table.
that would be a good thing.
There we go. And then this is what we're making right there.
And we're covering up the companion page side, just so you know.
Just
for now. Anyway, first of all, we are still buzzing from the Great Lakes Mega Meet in Novi, Michigan last weekend. If any of you guys want to know, if you want to get on a plane to go to a show, if there's not a show in your local area, the Novi, Michigan Great Lakes Mega Meet is by far the biggest and best show in America. We always love going to that show. And this year, in fact, we saw several people that we talked to about that, different parts of the United States, that actually took us up on our recommendation and flew in from Pensacola, Florida, Miami, Texas, Denver, several people from Denver. So if you ever want to know where the biggest and best show is, it's in Novi, Michigan, Mother's Day weekend, but it's a 3-day show. So you can actually fly in on a Wednesday or Thursday, fly back on Saturday, get spoiled by your family on Sunday, and still have a great weekend. In fact, what a lot of women do in the area, that is their Mother's Day. So they just work it out with their family that whatever gift they were going to get, they get cash or a credit card, gift card, and spend it at the Great Lakes Mega Meet. So can't say enough about it. We had a great time. If you want to have a good time, by the way, go to dinner with Echo Park. So we went to dinner at our favorite restaurant in the whole United States, Rose's in Canton, Michigan, with our great friends Lee and Ernie. And this time we invited Madison and his entourage from Echo Park and Caterpillar, and we had a great time. So it was loud. We actually had to put us in a room because we were so loud. Mainly Madison and Bonnie, I will say this. And Marie Bowerman, thank you for the great cookies, Great Lakes Mega Meet.
I think I gained 6 pounds from those cookies.
It's always hard. And then actually I got to reacquaint myself with a friend from El Paso Eastwood, our high school, Jennifer. And that was fun too, wearing the Trooper t-shirt. So anyway, now I'm getting the message I need to do the make and take. So first of all, I'm not good at this. I'm going to say that up front. If you ever want to wonder why I'm behind the camera and why Bonnie's always in front of the camera, you'll know by the end of this.
He's way better than he thinks he is.
I don't think so. But anyway, here's what we're going to do. Here's the packet you're going to open. And the first thing I say with any of our products, the worst thing you can do when you have any of our titles or products is open up the bag or tear it open and just do this and drop everything on your table. That's a no-no. The reason is, as you can tell, these are basically layered the way they go. So you want to make sure you slide it out as carefully as you can. I'm going to tear this bag just a bit because it's skinny, not like me, and bring it out here. Now what I like to do is take all my pieces and put them aside. And then you can tell by this diagram, we're first going to start with the title because that's the main piece and probably the piece we need to spend the most time on. There is a cloak gray piece on the very back. We do layers at Paper Wizard. That's what we're famous for.
I'm coming closer so they can see these layers.
And I'm going to do this upside down, which is bueno. Okay. And simply turn it over, use it, your adhesive. We, by the way, people often ask us what we use. We use these non-permanent easy dots.
Repositionable scrapbook adhesives by 3L.
What she said. Okay.
Easy dots.
Easy dots. And we buy them by the truckload.
Almost.
Okay. So there's your white piece, which is obviously the next largest layer. And then we have this piece here. The black, which is going to fit. By the way, I always try to fit these. I need my glasses.
I always tell them to layer it before they glue it.
Yeah,
make
layer.
Sure it fits.
Measure twice.
And watch your orientation.
And glue once. So you'll notice that fits right there. So now we know what we're doing. And we're going to repeat what we just did. Okay. And everything fits inside these little backers. So that will go there. What did you get at Rose's this time, baby?
I had the fettuccine Alfredo. And they brought me extra Alfredo sauce to freshen it up because I was talking so much it got cold.
And we got a table full of cannolis at the end.
Mini cannolis.
Mini cannolis.
So all right, stop talking about food. Talk about road trip.
It's all about food. Now, by the way, we use a lot of specialty paper at Paper Wizard. This happens to be a silver reflective piece. Because we cut these with laser machines, there often is a little bit of a film on it. So the way you can try to get rid of that is take a wet wipe.
Not too wet, though.
Not too wet, and watch this. As soon as you get it wet, you want to follow up with a cloth.
Or even a paper towel.
Or a paper towel, and you want to dry that off. And that should leave you a nice shine there. Got to shine your chrome up.
Yeah, got to have shiny chrome.
Yep. So
especially on the piece that doesn't show after you get the title on.
And
but that's just me.
Because we don't want to show a lot of glue boogers.
Nope.
I'm trying to be kind of sparing putting this glue on here. Now, you want to make sure you hook up your notches here. So these silver pieces, if you look at these little tabs here, these silver pieces lay right on top. And then you do one side, and you simply go to the other and make sure it measures. That's pretty darn good.
That looks good to me.
Okay. Now, the next piece we're going to put together is our sign.
The little background
road
sign.
So now we're going to work on this part right
we're
here.
working on this.
And it looks like I've got, because heaven forbid I practiced for this.
You did practice.
I looked at the bag. So this...
You also designed it and drew it, and yeah.
I figured we'd make it through one way or the other. Okay, now a little trick. You'll notice on this white piece, there's a hole. If you look right there.
I see the hole.
What that is, that's the inside of the letter A. So what you want to do before you put that down on the black backer is you want to take this little piece out of this card. We call these cards because they hold pieces. And you want to put that behind. And that way, after you glue it down, you don't have to go back and try to find out.
You're
upside down.
So
okay, so let's do this. See,
that's okay.
I'm not quite prime time.
That's all right. You're adorable. Isn't he adorable, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes. So what secrets will we reveal today, baby?
Got a few in my back pocket.
All right. Now, since we're there, we might as well finish this. This is, again, the top part of this sign right here. Oh, let's turn it over. Yep. That's why you do the presentations, baby.
I think they like hearing from you.
Uh-huh. Now, one of the cool things is because we use these cards to make sure you get the pieces, they all have little tabs on them every once in a while. So what that is just a little piece right there that's kind of sticking out. I like to use a file. And when I'm putting samples together, the ones that you see for our products and for our PKC Page Kit Club, I use these files all the time. And that way when we take pictures and show you the products, you don't actually see those. So what I'm going to do is come here, and your whole trick here is you want to make sure your equidistance here on top, okay, and you're going to lay that down so the middle of that A is right where it needs to be, okay? Then the next piece we're going to work on is the bottom of the map here, and that's going to go pretty much like that, easy breezy.
I like that blue.
Yep, that's a celestial blue. I got a little bit extra.
That's the name of the color, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't name it.
Celestial blue.
Celestial blue.
Okay. And then we have a road, because we do. And this is really easy. What you're doing basically to create that road you see on this sample right there is you're basically putting this black piece over the white. So again, turn it over. And because we are using repositionable glue, if I happen to make a mistake, we can move things for a short time before it really gets solid. And hola.
Voila.
Okay. That's the Spanish I'm getting out there, baby.
It's French. Just so you know.
Hola?
Voila. Oh. Voila is French. C'est français, n'est-ce pas?
I thought I learned that in Spanish class. Of course, I never took the Spanish class.
Spanish class?
No. Now, One of the cool things, again, and by the way, I didn't bring my little dabbers in here, but
oh yeah, a little bit of an eraser, the glue eraser.
yeah.
You do get
So
some
I'm
of the
going to
glue-
use.
the glue boogers, which by the way they can't really see,
Yep.
so that's okay.
So this is going to end up here.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I were putting a sample together for us that we really wanted to stand out, I would probably use pop dots at this point, which I didn't bring in. So
okay.
this
Pop
would be
dots are optional.
yeah. And I love the fact that there's the higher pop dots and the half pop dots. So this I'd probably use a half pop dot on and put that right there. Those of you that have pop dots, feel free to do that if you want. And then we're going to work on this part of the title. Now, again, this is layered the way it goes. So I have all these layers. This is obviously the top layer.
So the top layer is red glitter.
Yep.
The second layer is the black shadow that goes behind the red glitter. And then the third layer is the white shimmer, and then there's a black outline.
So from back to front.
There you go.
Okay. These actually are in little cards, even though
Well, that's because they're delicate.
they're shaped
You don't want to tear them.
like the letters. So again, we're going to start in the back and use our adhesive here. And boom. What number roadshow is this for us?
Roadshow or,
Or
you mean
shop and show?
I want to say this is number 9.
Number 9? Number 9?
I think so.
By the way, there's no way we thought this last 9 shopping or shopping shows, but we are so glad it is. You figuring it out?
Yeah, I'm counting in my head.
And as long as you guys keep supporting Shop and Show and supporting the vendors that we have, we plan on keep on doing it.
Yes, it is number 9.
Number 9.
Well, the first one was in September of 2020, and it was supposed to be a one-off.
Yep.
We thought it was just something to help us get through the shutdown. And the week after the show, all we got were people asking us when was the next Shop and Show. And it was not just vendors, it was customers and vendors, which is kind of cool.
We said, you want more? Really?
They're like, can we do one next month or the month after? And I'm like, this one took us a few months to put together, so we'll get a schedule. And in 2021, we did 3. And then in 2022, we went down to 2 because shows were coming back.
Yeah. I remember I was so tired from the first one. On Sunday morning, I literally fell out of bed on top of my head. Which
he did fall out of bed, you guys. I don't even know how to express my pride in that, but you know, it happens. Get you a bed rail.
like Pat married on. Okay, so obviously I've put the white backer here on top of and as you notice here, there's a little tab right here on top of this D. So if we really want to be careful and make it look...
They can't see that really very well on the camera, just
All
so
right.
you know.
Well, we'll just...
But there is a tab because we do tab it to keep it in the back.
We'll
card.
proceed then.
So you definitely want to look at that.
How are we doing on time, baby?
We're okay on time.
See, it's not like we wander at all.
No, we don't chit-chat and tell stories.
Chit-chat. Okay.
Now, tell them why they have 2 circles or ovals for the eye.
Because
Sometimes you lose.
sometimes you lose one or you don't know what it's for and you throw it away. So we'd like to give you an extra one. Now, just a little dab will do you there. Whoops, I almost stabbed it.
Don't stab it, babe.
It goes there. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And then we're basically going, and here's another trick, by the way. Since we're doing this, I need to get a new sheet here. If you
He uses like.
if you ever wonder where the old art goes, here it is.
Well, don't. No, I'm not going to show them that yet.
What?
Turn that over. Turn that.
Anyway, this is all the old art.
Turn that over.
This is how we make it. We draw it, we color it, and then we cut it. So anyway, but I'm so cheap I have to like use it again.
Well, not cheap. It's reuse.
We are reusing things, but
Yeah.
this sheet here is gone.
It's kind of hard to reduce with all the paper we go through.
That's
so
right. So
we try to reuse and we try to recycle.
what were we doing? We're doing this.
You're doing the road trip. You need the
Okay.
red glitter.
I was going to show them a really cool secret. I forgot what it was. Now I know. This, you might want to glue this when it's in this card, by the way. It will save you time And also we'll
Cut down on the glue boogers.
The glue boogers.
Let's say the blue googers.
say that if you haven't noticed, we haven't got a lot of sleep
Boogers.
last couple of nights because we're
We're fine. We're
We're
zesty.
fine.
We are in the zone and grooving, baby.
okay. And then you just really carefully pop these out.
Okay, I'm gonna come in close.
Should not be a problem, he said, knowingly. Maybe.
You do have to work these out. We will be very honest with you. You just want to be careful. And if you need to, you can draw on the backside, flip it over, and take the point of your fine tip scissors and kind of just press down on the lines to help them I can't talk. To make them easier to separate.
Good thing we don't talk for a living.
I know.
Okay. And you'll notice what we do at Paper Wizard, we always kind of cheat to the upper left.
Okay, so hold that up for a second. Now I want to show you, see it's up and to the left so that the shadow comes out on the right side of the letter.
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay.
keep going.
Keep going. All right. These are all connected, I believe. I had lasagna roses, my
Oh
favorite.
my gosh, are we talking about food?
Roses in Canton, Ohio. You got to go.
Ohio,
Or Michigan, sorry.
Michigan. We were in Michigan. Were you in Ohio?
Canton, Michigan. If Lee's watched, she goes, you got the name of the restaurant right, but the state's wrong.
Yeah.
I think Kimberly Ellsworth goes there now, too.
Oh,
Or she might have gone before we went.
it was fun to see her at the show.
She's like a famous skater now. She's
She's a cutie.
yeah, I forgot what level she's at, but she's competing internationally now.
She's an ice skater, guys, in case you didn't know.
Kimberly Ellsworth from Michigan is one of our
I think it's Kimberly Ellsworth Flores.
longtime customers. And she's in shape, that's for sure. Okay, so again, we're going to cheat, and because these are connected, whoops, need a little operation here.
Well, that's why we use the repositionable glue.
Yeah, I'm going to go
It
here,
happens.
and because it's glued there, we're going to sneak around here, and just, there you go, airlift, boom.
Airlift.
Okay. And then I forgot, again, you
little dot.
get two of these little dots,
For the eye.
because more. And that is the title. And again, I'm gonna leave these unattached because I'm dying to
Because you
pop
usually
dot them.
Pop dot 'em.
But
And that
makes that.
is that right
Okay.
there. And this one on the sample is pop dotted.
Okay, so I'll put that aside, and now we have that. And these pieces are obviously trash.
Now we are not low on time, but we only have a couple more minutes.
We need to hustle.
So we need to hustle. Why don't you show them like one of the signs? They're not hard.
Okay. Again, this card has all the pieces in it you need for these other signs.
All the white.
All the
shimmer
white.
pieces.
Thank you.
Not all the pieces.
All the pieces. And again, because this is glossy and it has a film on it, you want to get your wipe out.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you ever want to clean your tennis shoes,
Oh,
here
Eric.
you go. Boom.
He's
What?
harking back to his Converse days, ladies and gentlemen.
Best thing in the world.
For those who didn't know, he used to work for Converse.
Yes, I did.
And he used to do shoe shows,
Shoe shows.
the big ones.
Can I just say, the women at the scrapbook shows are so much
much nicer.
All the guys at the shoe shows.
Well, yeah.
Too much testosterone in one building. You got Nike over here, Adidas over there.
Well,
Okay.
you know, we got Echo Park over here, Doodlebug over there.
There we go.
Well,
And
where's the backer? We need
the
back
backer,
piece.
we're coming.
Okay.
Okay.
It's white. It should be in your white card.
Right there, actually.
Yeah.
Boom. And again, there's a film side of this, which is the back of it being cut.
You can see.
You
and
want to
look,
use
you can
the
see the little burn marks
Yes.
because we are cutting paper with laser beams.
not good? Good. So you want to put the
Exactly.
good part right here. Okay? And that is your next hardest thing, which is that sign right there.
Ta-da!
Okay. How are we doing on time, baby?
We got like a minute.
All right. Do you want to show them the
Which one do we
Well,
need to show them? I think
or do you want
these
to
are
show-
all pretty self-explanatory when you see the pieces.
do you want to show them the companion page?
I think we should show them the
Okay.
companion page.
So we're actually pretty happy with this.
We hope you are too.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
the one thing that we keep getting asked about are the companion pages for the make and takes that were in the box. This is the companion page for Road Trip. And it comes with this really cool vet. And you can't tell that I'm a vet fan, even though I don't own one because I'm too big to drive one. Whole other story.
There is that. It's a little bit on the tall side.
Anyway, if you want this companion page, which is this side,
there we go.
Then you can buy it at paperwiz.net.
And keep in mind, if you don't have the make and take, which is the left side,
This side.
you won't get that title. You won't be able to get that because that was exclusive to the box. So if you don't have that title or that side and you buy the right side,
All you'll get is this.
all you're going to get is this. And you can do a lot with that, actually. You might have another title from us or something, but just so you know. All right.
Okay. Cool. Thank you guys for supporting Shop and Show Live. I hope it was fun for you today. I'm done, so now I can enjoy the day because my bit is done. But these are the other signs you'll need to put together on your own. They're very easy. If you just follow the example we've
They're
already.
pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much. This is Eric with Paper Wizard, and that is Road Trip.
Hi, I am so excited to be the new vendor of Shop and Show Live, and I'm very excited to spend some time with you today. I am Sandy Zaboski, and I am the artist and owner of Stardust and Petals Studio. I paint botanical art, and I use primarily watercolors. And why botanical is I love nature and I love the flowers. They're just beautiful and very inspiring. I offer original paintings, drawings, prints, note cards, and digital downloads, and I have plans for some new products this year. Today I'm going to talk to you about my note cards. So if you had bought one of the make and take boxes, you would receive one of my cards, and in there it comes with an envelope. Everybody got different designs, not everybody got the same one, and I'm going to show you the 5 designs that I have currently. I do have some new card designs coming up very soon, so keep an eye out for that. So here are the cards. This particular one is one of my top sellers. And this is very colorful. This is my peony floral bouquet. And then I have the peony. It's one of my favorite colors, flowers, excuse me, and they're just gorgeous. Then the tulip. Then I have the bright sunny sunflower. And because I also love the sunflower, I drew it in the black ink. And so it is a black and white design. So that turned out really nice. So also what I am going to be doing is I will be giving away a set, one of each of the card designs as a giveaway today. If you, so I will be choosing a winner based on the comments that are being entered during this presentation. So make your comments worthwhile, and I will choose one once the presentation is completed. So this would be a nice set to have. So now I'm going to show you the projects that you can do with my note cards. So I took the sunflower, the black and white, and what I'm going to do is going to color it in. What's really easy about this is that you can decide whatever color you want and then be able to use it or give it away to somebody special. So I'm going to show you how. And I know you know how to color pencils, but I thought it'd be a fun little project to do. I have Prismacolor color pencils. You don't have to use this particular brand, but you could use whatever brand that you have. You could use pastels, you can use markers, but just keep in mind, if markers are very juicy, very saturated, it will leak through the card. So I'm going to use this beautiful yellow color, and I'm going to start coloring here the petals. And a good tip is to just color it lightly, and then you can then go over it to add more color. So I'm going to just tell you a little bit about myself. I've always wanted to be an artist since I was a little girl. And what started for me was that my parents had bought me a set of art supplies. It came in with color pencils, crayons, markers, pastels, and I believe there was also drawing pencils in there as well. I loved it. It started a creative spark in me, and so I knew as a young child I wanted to be an artist. I was drawing, sketching, painting. I was also started some oil painting. My parents bought me a set, and I painted my first oil painting. I was around 8 or 9 years old. And I also was drawing portraits as well. I continued the creative journey throughout my elementary school as well as high school. When I was getting ready to decide where I want to go after high school, I wanted to go to a fine arts school, but for various reasons I was unable to. So I went to a college that was nearby, and I earned my Bachelor of Arts degree. And from there I became a computer programmer and worked in the technology industry for a number of years. But throughout throughout college, once I graduated from college, I got married, I still continued to be creative. I've loved making things for other people and giving them away as gifts. When I had my first child, I have 2 sons. They are 25 and 21 right now. And so I was introduced when my oldest was born to scrapbooking. And I just loved the whole idea of scrapbooking, and it was such an amazing creative outlet. And I was doing that throughout as the kids grew up. I've scrapbooked for 20 plus years. And I've also continued crafting and making other projects using those supplies. So I am coloring in this, and so I'm going to show you what I got. You don't have to color totally in, but you can add more color on top of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another color. This is like an orangey yellow color, just to add some shading and dimension to the flower. So as my kids got older, I didn't have much time for anything else, but I did continue to scrapbook. But as my youngest graduated from high school, even when my oldest went away to college, I had some more time. I started to learn watercolor painting. I've always been wanting to do it, so I just learned everything I can. I started drawing flowers because I absolutely love flowers, the beautiful variety that they offered. And then I decided that I'm going to launch my business, a creative business. So in November of 2022, I launched my business. Now, mind you, I run my business right now part-time. I do work full-time as a legal assistant, and I am working towards growing my business to become a full-time. I absolutely love what I do, and it is my passion, and I look forward to it every single day. So I used the orange yellow color, and I added some dimension to it. So here is that. I could add more. I'm going to use a little bit of an orange to add a little bit of detail around it real fast. And you can see how that just popped the flower, the color. So I'm going to start the coloring in the stems. So you can use any color that you want. So just fill it in so they look like this. Okay, and I'm going to use a darker color. If you haven't received the reveal box video, Bonnie talks about how she invited me to become a vendor of Shop and Show. One of my friends had given her one of my cards, and Bonnie just absolutely loved it. And so a shout out to my friend Jody King, thank you. And just one of those small acts of supporting my business. So every little bit is definitely very appreciated. Okay, so here it is, the finished. You can then add more color to it if you want, fold it, and then you can give it to someone special or keep it for yourself. Okay, so here is some other ideas what to do with my note cards. What I did with the black and white is I took another card and cut out the top flower, and I used the pop-up dots, and then I put a little embellishment in the center, and it just turned out amazing. It just elevated the card, and it looks great. And then you can give it to somebody else or keep it for yourself. And since we colored, I also colored the top part and did a pop-up as well. And it just looks fantastic too. So there are definitely many options you can do with my cards. I also did a pop-up of the tulip, but only this time I cut out the whole flower and popped it with the stickers and then put it on top. Very easy, and you're all very aware of this, how to do that. Also, I did another one using my floral bouquet, only this time I'm just going to put a little embellishment on it. I put a little embellishment here, a little crystal gem on these. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just on there. And just kept it simple. You can obviously add other embellishments that you want on there. Then I used another card, and I created a pocket. I sealed the bottom. You can use the adhesive tape or liquid glue, and I also did it on the side and kept the top open, okay? And you can leave this side open and then seal the top and the bottom if you wanted to. Then I took another card and I created a tag and added a ribbon. And so then you have the back to add photo, add a journaling, put it in this pocket. You can add more photos to it, or if you got ephemera or some other memorabilia that is flat, you can put it in here. And then you can insert this in a scrapbook album, journal. If you got one of those smash books, you can do that, okay? So I had mentioned that I've been a scrapbooker for 20 plus years, and when I launched my business, I didn't have too much time to scrapbook, and so I decided this year I'm going to make some time to do that because I really do love it and do miss it. And here I created an 8x8 layout using one of my cards, and you can see it's just one of my favorites. And you can open it, add photos to it on you can add a photo or just journal, add a photo here, whatever you decide to do. And I painted some leaves, cut it out and added to the side and added some embellishments. There's a little close-up look, and you can see how sparkly that is. Okay, and then you have an 8x8 layout. You can put it in an 8x8 album or attach it to a 12x12 page and put it in a scrapbook album. It makes a great gift. Okay, so those are several projects, and I know that there's plenty that you can come up with. And I am now going to show you what can you do some more as far as home decor. So I took, and as I said, these are my artwork that I scanned and created into note cards, and you can use and put it into a frame. And here, this one, I used a floater frame, and all I did was that it goes between two pieces of glass and you just slide it in. There are several designs out there in the market. This particular one I got onto Amazon, in case you're wondering. So, and then you can give it away, and it could be great for your desk, your room, wherever you go, or give it as a gift. And so then I also grabbed another card and I used a traditional frame. And this has a mat to 4x6, so I was able to just insert my card in the back. The sides were a little bigger than the 4 inches, but that's okay. You can just keep it in place with a little piece of washi tape and then put the back in, and then you have a nice, beautiful frame to give as a gift. So those are just some few ideas, and I want to talk to you what I've got upcoming. I have, for those of you that really love that black and white sunflower, I do have some new designs coming. These are prototypes. I am working and cleaning these up so that they become ready for printing. So this is a Cosmo flower. Actually, the way it looks vintage. So I have some, working on cleaning that up and making this much more brighter. And then here's the daisy. So those are the new designs, and of course I will be coming up with some other designs too this year. Also, I've launched my spring collection in March, and I came out with 4x4 watercolor florals, and these are the designs, the paintings that I came out with. I got tulip, the African daisy, the pansy, and then there's the peony, buttercup, daffodil, and another daisy. As you can see, I scanned them in, and just to give you an idea, I will show you one of the original pansy. So here it is. That's what one of my original, at the time of the taping, this is available on my website. So it comes with this frame. And I scanned this item, I scanned this floral artwork, and I then digitized it, and I'll be using it to create note cards. Okay, so I love to stay. So now I have a promotion. If you want to buy any of my note cards, and for those that have it in their box that received it, you have a coupon there. But if you haven't and like to buy it, I am promoting a 10% discount. Just use the code SHOP&SHOW10, all small caps, shop, the letter N, then show, and 10. Okay, and it's available until May 31st. So then if you want to stay connected, I have various ways to stay connected. You can look for me on Facebook page, Stardust and Pedal Studio, Instagram, Stardust Pedal Studio, all in one word. You can also sign up for my newsletter to keep updated on new products, promotions, events. And you will get a confirmation that you signed up for newsletter, and you can then be invited to download my mobile app. If you want to join me on the mobile app, it is by Squares by Wix. You can go on the App Store, and then you can use this code, and I will even put it in the comment, UOG, V as in Victor, Z, and then U, all in upper caps. Or the easiest way is to just go to my website on your mobile phone, and there will be a little banner at the top inviting you to join the app. So there will be some exclusive promotions via the app. There will be and it's very easy, instant. You can just check to see what's going on in there, and you can also directly contact me if you have any questions and take a look at the current artwork, and you can shop in the palm of your hands. So that is it. I am so happy to share with you my artwork, my note cards, and I really hope you enjoy using them in however way you want.